Hello, Lara.
John Voight. Hey, welcome to the Review Show. Two small town dudes give your big dumb opinions. I'm Troy to the Max Extreme.
I watched a different movie than Troy.
But I think it's all going to work out just fine.
I think it's going to make it for an interesting discussion.
It sure is. So, in our theme of the month, we are doing empowered women. We're trying to do some all from the 90s.
Yes.
But a lot of those we've already hit. We've hit like Ripley already. We did a whole Aliens review.
Oh, yeah.
Leading up to Alien Covenant.
Mm-hmm.
I think Terminator is maybe a tad overdone. Maybe someday we'll do a Terminator episode for Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
So we went to another powerful female icon.
Yeah. Since we're talking about a very powerful female character in a male-dominated area such as comics, let's talk about another powerful female character in another male-dominated thing, that is video games.
Video games. That's right.
With the review of Tomb Raider, both the 2001 that Troy will cover and the 2018 that I'll cover.
Yes. It wasn't planned that way, but that's how it happened.
That's how it's going to have to happen now.
As soon as you walked in, you're like, oh no, Troy, you watched the wrong one.
It even crossed my mind, like, I should probably clarify. But I told Troy that it was on HBO, and I'm pretty sure he can probably put two and two together that we're not just going to do Tomb Raider, the Cradle of Life, when there's Tomb Raider right next to it. But then sure enough, you found the one other Tomb Raider on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it. Well, learn my lesson.
I forgot that you actually said it was on HBO, to be honest. So I was like, if we're going to do one, we'll probably be doing the fun one, right? The one that Lara Croft is Angelina Jolie, or vice versa. Because let me tell you, we'll get to it.
All right. All right.
We will get to it. But why don't we just start out with a little bit of stats?
Do it.
You know what's fun on this one? We get to compare and contrast stats here.
Yes.
Starting with the 2018 one, because why do them linearly? Just have a little fun with it.
Okay. All over the place.
Had a budget of $94 million.
Okay.
Compared, well, you know what? I'll just jump back and forth, because there's one stat on here that I found fun, that I gasped at when I was writing them down.
I know, there was one point we were like, ooh, this is going to be fun.
And when I say it's probably going to be boring AF, but hear me out. 2018's budget, $94 million.
Yeah.
2001's budget for Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
$115 million.
Whoa.
Not that far off.
Yeah.
$20 million difference.
Yeah, but still, like, I don't know, is there any kind of inflation between, like, the 15, or no, it'd be like 16.
It'd almost be
17 years.
17 years.
Yeah, 17 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Domestically, the 2018 version made $58.2 million.
Oof.
Not good.
No.
Domestically for the 2001, made $131.1 million.
Jesus.
So it overdid its budget. It is on the road to making its money back.
So there you go, people. Sexism sells.
Worldwide, both of these movies made almost the exact same thing.
Really?
Yes, worldwide, Tomb Raider 2018 made $274.65 million.
Yeah.
And Lara Croft Tomb Raider 2001 made $274.7, only $50,000 off of each other.
Wow.
I know. And that's so the new one did way better overseas than the old one did.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Rotten Tomatoes has the 2018 version at 51%. The 2001 version, 20%. IMDb has the 2018 version at 6.3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Lara Croft Tomb Raider 2001 version, 5.8 out of 10.
Oof.
Closer.
Yeah.
A little closer.
Yeah.
Metacritic has the 2018 version at a 48%, and Metacritic has the 2001 version at 33%. So, critically, these movies one did better than the other, I guess, critically.
Yeah.
Both not great.
No.
But commercially, I would say 2001... Well, see, it doesn't really matter, because worldwide, with the domestic box office added in, they made about the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. It's all
Weird.
good. Yeah. Don't be racist, Troy.
I'm not racist. I'm just saying...
Money spends the same no matter from what country it comes from. You know, if you're talking like, American dollars are so much better.
Well, America loved the first one, and then they didn't want to get burned again by the second one.
Yeah,
so
probably.
they did not go see it.
Probably. Also, video game movies are not really held in high regard nowadays.
At all. I wonder if anything came out against Tomb Raider 2018.
I'm sure there was. I think it might have been was it a summer release?
I can check it out. Would you like me to check it out?
Yes.
Here we go. Tomb Raider 2018 film. Released... tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. March 16th, 2018.
Okay. So, yeah.
I don't know what came out then.
So it's about almost a year. A year to the date.
A year to the day. Almost.
We're like a couple days off from the...
Yeah. 2 days if you're listening to this on the day it drops.
Yeah.
No.
3 days.
Because this comes out Mondays. What day is this?
What day is this?
What year?
What year? Terminator. We gotta do it sometime.
Calories.
Calories.
Oh my goodness. So I'm all in a flummox because we're recording our episodes reverse now, so I'll be all screwed up. But why don't we just jump right in to the Tomb Raiders?
Do it.
JT, you mind if I take the floor? Or would you like to start out with the 2018 version?
Let's go linearly. You talk about the 2001 one first.
The 2001 version is nutso bananas. So... I'm sure everyone's seen it by now, and if you haven't, there's no reason for you to see it at all.
Yeah.
But I don't think it strays that far away from the video games that came out before and around that time.
Yeah.
But let me give you a brief synopsis.
Go for it.
Lara Croft, eccentric adventurer,
Yes.
opens up in her mansion fighting a robot.
The training level for all Tomb Raiders.
It is the training level for every Tomb Raider where you lock the butler in the fridge. Except this one is where you just shoot the robot with live ammunition in your house. There you go. Then the adventure slowly kicks in when she gets a delivery. And the delivery is a letter from her father who has already passed away.
Oh my god.
And it is a somewhat hidden clue to a relic that also was found in a clock that's supposed to bring them to the triangle of time or some fucking doohickey that makes a time storm and will do something ambiguous.
Yes.
And she has to go on a quest to find the temple where all of these pieces come together and blah, blah, blah before the planets align and that old chestnut.
Oh, one of those.
So, Lara Croft is Angelina Jolie in this, or vice versa, because she is so typecast because she looked so much like the video game character almost to a T. If she had some polygonal Titas, it would have been a spot-on impersonation.
That Lara Croft from those video games was so fucking disproportionate that I'm sure they were probably still like, can you lose some weight because she's still supposed to be smaller in the way. Dude,
you're supposed to have a size 10 waist.
Yeah, my tits are so big and I'm already skinny enough. If I lose any more weight, I'm gonna break in half.
Yeah. And my God, this movie is a 13-year-old me spank bank material for years.
I know for a fact, I remember for sure that there is a like gratuitous shower scene where they show a lot of side boob.
Yes, much side boob. But at an angle where it's not very revealing. It's like an under the armpit side boob shot. I'm like, that is an odd shot. But as a 13-year-old boy, horny.
Pause.
Horny. Did you see a nip? Dude, I think you see a nip there.
Dude, I think you see... There might be a reflection in, like, the water.
Exactly. And there are so many slow-mo shots of her running or jumping down a flight of stairs.
Jesus Christ.
For no reason, there's a scene where she says goodnight to her butler and just repels from her ceiling for minutes on end to classical music. It's very bizarre. That is probably the most bizarre thing that happens in this movie. That she says goodnight, looks like she's about to meditate, and then jumps off her balcony and, like, does Cirque du Soleil, like, in her living room. And then gets the building stormed by people who want that weird artifact, in which they put on a fight and then they lose the artifact.
Awesome.
Don't ask me even what any of the artifact does.
I walked in about for the last half hour of this, and I couldn't tell you a fucking thing that was happening.
I have no clue.
They went into a weird, like, solar system fucking model, and they were playing MXZ.
Yeah.
They were, like, fucking crawling on these random planets, and people are getting knocked off.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting Guy Ledouche to come out. Like, oh no, the henchman fell into the water. We can do it! Yay!
But my God. But I would argue that this movie is very similar to the games at this point.
Really?
Did you ever play any of the old games?
I think I might have, like, played, like, maybe a level when I was, like sleeping over at your house or something.
Sure.
But I never really got into it because they were kind of hard.
They were hard. Like, I had the strategy guides for these games because I could not figure out, for the life of me, how to beat some parts.
Like, so much of it was, like, you had to do some weird parkour stuff where, like, you had to hit buttons in certain ways for her to get up certain walls, and if you didn't do it, she would fall to her death.
Yeah.
And then even when you would do it, then, like, a wolf would eat you.
Yeah.
God damn it, fuck this game.
Like, I did like these games. I was a big fan of 1, 2. I don't think I ever beat 3. And then, like, Tomb Raider Revelations came out. I think that was the 4th one. I played that one. But, like, I was a huge fan. And I love the fact that it is, like, these... Like, it jumps into, like, supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. And it didn't shy away from that in the movie either. Like, statues come to life in this, and she fights them with guns, and all this kind of stuff. Like, I think the general audience would be like, this is different, and I don't know if I like it. And obviously they did not, from the low scores it got. But, I mean, the movie overall isn't all that good. You got Daniel Craig in it, trying to do his best terrible American accent.
Oh my God.
They're like, this first scene he shows up in, he says something so British that, like, he tries to play it, like, autocorrect into an American accent, but something he says, you could tell, like, they spelled it with a U in it.
Hello, Laura. Do you want to snog?
Yeah, probably. It was laughably bad. And then whoever...
Would you fancy a shag, Laura?
Everything here is all 6s and 7s. Yeah, now I'm just trying to remember what Austin Powers said to his dad in the third one. They shat on a turtle. It's so stupid. I'm trying to also look up what this guy's name actually was, because I thought it was the main bad guy's name. You were talking with Molly.
Oh, yeah, me and Molly were talking about, because he's in Game of Thrones as, like, the guy that, like, protects the Khaleesi, whose name is Ser Jorah Mormont.
Jesus. Ser Jorah Mormont?
Yeah.
What's his name in this? Oh, never mind. It's not Max Powers. It's Manfred Powell.
Oh, even better.
No, it's not.
I want to say there's a name like that in the 2018 one that I gotta look up too. Like, Walton Goggins' name in the 2018 one is really stupid. I gotta look it up.
But anyway, so this movie was popular enough that it granted itself a sequel, which I even know less about. I think it makes even less sense.
Yeah.
It's obviously the least earning one as well, because even though, like, the 2018 one didn't do as well commercially, like, it did better than Cradle of Life.
Yeah.
Because, God, what?
I never even saw Cradle of Life.
I think I went to the theater to see Cradle of Life. I'm fairly certain I did, because I was a big fan of the franchise, and I couldn't tell you what happened in the least bit.
Yeah.
At all.
I never saw it, and I know I've seen the first one, but it was such a jumbled up piece of shit. All I remember is there's a triangle.
Yep. That's all I can pretty much tell you. A MacGuffin of a triangle.
Yeah.
Who knows what it does? Time storm. I don't know. They say time storm in it. I don't know.
Lara Croft sees a time storm, and then a dog jumps through it, and then materializes and then materializes, and she's like, "That's a time storm," and it's like, "What the fuck?"
How do you fucking know this?
Yeah.
And she like says it like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a time storm. It's like,
you come across this a lot in the Croft Mansion, you idiot.
Yeah, you idiot. Oh, also, I want to just say that they try to make Lara Croft so over the top 2001 badass that she comes off like a prick. I was telling you this
yeah.
when we're watching the end of it, but like she's like racing those dogs and she's like made sure she like stands there only one hand like holding onto the reins of all the dogs and all that stuff. Anytime she starts up a motorcycle, she has to burn out and spin around first. Anytime like she moves in any way, she has to look like the dumbest prick doing it.
Yeah. If she was a dude, yeah, people would be like, "Oh, cool, man."
Yeah, cool, dude.
Real cool. But she's got enormous tits. Everyone's like, "Oh, sweet."
Oh, look at her, sweet. Look at her riding that cycle.
Her motor tits.
Yeah, but for real though, like this movie is straight up. It's like Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
It's just flash, no substance, made for 13-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's made for. And it made its mark on history. Like Angelina Jolie is like known for Tomb Raider probably henceforth until she was like what, Maleficent or Mrs. Smith?
Yeah. That's true. She was, yeah.
That's it.
Hey, man.
Or kissing her brother. Oh yeah, Hackers. That's a good one.
She has a pretty bitchin' sex scene in Taking Lives.
I don't think I've seen Taking Lives.
I remember being okay, I guess.
Is it like The Edge where no one remembers what it is?
Yep. It's in the Edge category where no one knows what it is.
The Edgeaverse.
Yeah. It's the Edge rule. If a movie is made and no one knows about it, does it exist?
Well, I got really nothing else to say about 2001 Tomb Raider than otherwise maybe check it out because it's free on Hulu.
Yeah. What would you give it?
Probably I don't think I don't know. I think the ratings on it are a little harsh.
Yeah.
Because I did have a good time with it because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know, C- maybe.
Okay.
It'd be definitely better watching it with friends.
Yeah.
Or while drinking.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we do mostly with everything.
It's pretty much, yeah. I can't think of much that we do that doesn't involve drinking right now.
Yeah, I would say C-.
All right.
C- with a caveat of, like, it's stupid. So there you go.
Yeah. It's a generous C- for the stupidity is kind of entertaining.
Yes, yeah. All right, what do you got for the 2018 one?
Well, the 2018 Tomb Raider, we follow Lara Croft, who her father went missing a long time ago, going on an expedition because he's like he's like an eccentric millionaire who's like so rich that he gets bored very easily.
Oh.
So he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna spend my free time just digging up supernatural shit. Or no, he digs up supernatural shit because his wife dies. And he's like, well, if I can find a way to maybe bring back, like, the dead or even, like, contact them, then I want to look into it. So he goes into, he looks into supernatural shit.
Okay.
And in the process, he comes across something on this island off the coast of Japan that he's like, oh, I got to go check this out for myself. And then leaves Laura for, like, this is, like, back when she was, like, a young kid.
Uh-huh.
So then, like, he goes missing and then 10 years go by and she's, like, just, like, a normal everyday woman, but she refuses to sign like his like the papers like admitting that he's dead because she doesn't want to admit it.
Oh.
But then when she does, she gets this puzzle box.
Can you do that?
I don't know.
I don't think that's the thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like something where cuz he's like the head of this major corporation. So it's like in order for her to like inherit all of his stuff, she has to sign these papers.
Oh, I see.
But she doesn't want to sign them because that's admitting that he's dead.
Okay.
So it's like
That
it's kind of like
I thought it was like a death certificate
No,
type of thing.
yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
Aren't you
It's like
presumed dead after you're
Yeah.
not found for like 72
like
hours?
these people keep pushing her like, you got to sign these papers because if you don't sign them, then we're just gonna end up giving this shit to charity. And she's like, no, I don't believe he's dead.
I don't believe in charity.
Yeah, fuck charities. And when she does actually sign them, she gets this puzzle box that leads her to the island that he went to, which is supposed to be the last resting place of this queen named Humiko, I think, where her big thing was people would bow to her because she could like bring death on anyone, and like she was like this supposed to be like this big powerful sorceress, so powerful that they buried her alive in this island.
Okay.
So she goes there, and then adventure ensues from there.
Awesome. This one is heavily inspired by the reboot of
Yeah.
Tomb Raider.
And you can tell because she gets her fucking ass beat in this movie.
Oh my god. I like that reboot of Tomb Raider though. Did you
Yeah.
Did you ever play that one?
No, I never did. I wanted to though, but
It's really
it looked
good.
fun.
I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
They definitely is like a more realistic approach, and my god, the deaths in that are horrific.
Yeah.
Like there's a scene that I had to play like 1 billion times because I'm like trying to like parachute through the trees and just keep getting skewered by branches.
They do pay homages to those scenes though. There is a
Do they?
scene where she floats down a river, and I know there's like a big thing where like you're floating down a river.
Yeah.
And then if you do it wrong, like a branch goes through your throat.
Yeah.
And then there is a scene where like she gets a parachute and she has to paradrop through like a bunch of trees and stuff.
Oh.
But
Never gets impaled though.
never gets impaled.
Never has
She
to
gets impaled
retry
with
it.
like a piece of steel at one
Okay.
point, but that's about it.
Okay.
But you know what? Overall, I didn't hate this movie.
Okay.
I kind of dug it
All
in
right.
certain ways. Like, for it being like a video game movie and it definitely being like a cash grab, like let's really cash in on this Tomb Raider thing, I think they do a lot of cool things that like journey outside of the norm in terms of like a story like this. Like even down to like how they portray Lara Croft, she definitely comes off as like not like this superhuman person.
Okay.
Like the first time you see her, she's like sparring with this kickboxer and she just gets choked out and like taps out and shit, where it's like they show where it's like she's nowhere near superhuman. Like she puts herself up against an expert kickboxer and gets her ass kicked.
Okay.
So they definitely like solidify as she's just a normal girl living an everyday life.
Right.
And it's just kind of like a fun movie in that sense.
Okay. I kind of like how they subverted that even to... Cause I'm just going to keep comparing it to the games. Like, the 2001 version, it's like a Lara Croft that just knows how to do everything and is
Yeah.
the most badass person in the whole world. And then in the remake, it's like a real woman playing against like gender norms and ends up being like she has like more of an arc.
Yeah.
Like she like starts as like normal and then has to like find her way to be this like great adventure and overcomes adversity and all this kind of stuff.
No, yeah, I think that the movie definitely plays that off where she doesn't know everything. Like she almost kind of just falls into things because she's just looking for adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And then in this sense, it's like looking for adventure and also looking for her father at the same time, or at least trying to find out what happened to her father if he's
Right.
dead. But yeah, when she's put in situations where she's actually has to like fight a man, like it's a pretty big test for her.
Yeah.
Like you definitely like see like in the fight scenes she has with certain guys that she's maneuvering herself where she can put herself where she has enough momentum to actually get the upper hand on them. Where like guys will just come in and just throw her across a fucking room. Where it's like, gee, how the fuck are you gonna match up with this guy? And he's just like a regular like henchman that's just trying to like keep her down.
Uh-huh.
But then she'll find a way to like get enough momentum where she can like stuff his face into a puddle until he suffocates and dies.
Okay.
Or it's like, man, yeah, they do some pretty brutal stuff in this for being PG-13 and still trying to
Oh,
put
yeah.
over where she's like she has to really go out of her way to get the upper hand.
Because even in the game, there's like one scene that I think when the game came out got like a lot of heavy reporting where it's like an attempted rape onto Laura, or maybe it's like maybe it doesn't go that far. Maybe it's like heavy sexual molesting. I'm not quite sure, but like in a group of thug dudes, like, and she's like the one like petite girl there. Like, how is she supposed to get out of like a real life scary situation for that person?
Yeah.
And she ends up like getting out of it, probably traumatized.
Yeah.
But like, that is like the like huge things that I like when they play against. Like, this girl should really have no chance.
Yeah.
Because she'll be eaten alive in like a world that's bigger and stronger than she is, and she still overcomes it, which I think is like a more powerful idea than what even the movie is.
Yeah,
because in the movie it's probably fine. Like, I didn't see it.
But... Yeah, no, they don't try and like treat you like someone that's stupid. Like, you can see with your eyes that she is a very small girl. But when she's put in situations where she has to defend herself, she gets her ass kicked, like real bad sometimes. But she, like, the fact that she still keeps getting up and still keeps trying to, like, go forward, it's like, yeah, she's pretty badass.
All right.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of thrown back by how, like, low the score is on it, because I was kind of digging it for the most part. There's a part near the end that, like, at the end they kind of go into, like, this, like, Indiana Jones puzzle type stuff where they have to go through a crypt, where it's like, some of these puzzles are like, they'd be fucking impossible for just an everyday normal person.
Right.
There's like some puzzle where they have to fucking go through, they go into this room and the walls close, and then like the floor just starts like gradually falling apart, and so where like they're gonna fall into this pit, and like it's taking her so long to figure this out that she's like hanging on the walls trying to figure this puzzle out still, where it's like, how do you expect a normal person to really do this? Like, why would you even set up the puzzle if you're expecting like a normal person to get into this? Like, she's literally like monkey barring on the walls, like, hand me this piece, and everyone's like, throwing her shit, where like they're all hanging on walls because the floor is completely dissipated, where it's like, that's kind of a stupid puzzle then. Like, just make it so it's a death trap. Don't make a puzzle.
Right. Just have somebody at the end just shoot you.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Like, the whole thing was like, they're keeping this body from anyone to ever discover it, so why even make a puzzle so that you can get to it?
Right. Who knows?
Yeah, but it's just...
That's Tomb Raider, though.
Yeah, that's just one of those things where they were just like, oh, we need to do like a sweet Indiana Jones thing where she has to fight against time to do this, where it's like, she's not really fighting against time. The floor's already gone. She's just hanging on the fucking wall right now.
Right.
But yeah, but it's like there's like stuff near the end there that was kind of dumb. But I don't know, like there was some cool things here. Like the villain in this I thought was really interesting. Like Walton Goggins plays, I wanted to look up the name because the name is so fucking stupid. Walton Goggins plays Matthias Vogel.
Oh my god, that's even stupider than I thought. Matthias Vogel. Jesus.
But he's actually a cool villain because his whole thing is that he's hired by this company whose main thing is that they're also looking for like these like artifacts or whatever that like are like mystical or something. And they hire him and put him on this island because he's good at like discovering things or whatever. And then they have like a certain like a number of contract with him, and then when it comes up and he still hasn't found it, they're like, well, keep looking. So they just left him on this island for 7 years.
Oh boy.
So he's not even like a guy that's like even driven by the fact that he wants to find this. He just wants to go home. So he even thinks it's full of shit because he keeps bringing it up where it's like, let's find this stupid body so I can show him it's full of shit so I can go home.
All right.
So I like that because he's been there for so long too that he's kind of crazy. So then like everything that happens, like there's like a scene where like some guy's sick and they're like, he's sick, help him, and he just shoots him because like that's 4 people that are not working right now. So he just shoots them and then like get to work.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, but it's cool. It's like a cool villain where he's not like doing like these weird like monologues where he's like, I will make you do this for me. He's just like, no, work. If you're not working, I'm not going home. So keep working. And like the only people that are really there that kind of get like shuffled in and out is every once in a while a helicopter comes and like picks up these mercenaries and drops more off. But he's always stuck there because he's good at his job. And he's been stuck there for 7 years. And he's like the main guy that like barks orders. So I thought that was a really cool villain for this.
That does sound pretty sweet.
Especially for like ones where like you get all those like maniacal, like, I want to be the god of the earth.
Right.
And this guy's like, this is bullshit. I'm gonna find this stupid queen chick so I can show that she exists and show that she's nothing special so I can go home.
All right. That's a cool idea for a villain.
Yeah. And then even when they actually do discover the body, when they get into the tomb, even that's kind of cool because they discover the body and like there's the whole movie, there's like this big folklore where it's like, oh, she was this powerful sorceress that could kill people with a touch, and everyone bowed and prayed to her, and she became so powerful that they buried her in a tomb to never see the light of day again. Blah blah blah. Where it's like, oh, this is gonna be some weird magic shit at the end here. But it turns out they find her, and then they figure out that she's just the carrier of this horrible disease that makes you like rot like instantly.
Oh.
So that's why she was considered a sorceress, because she was a carrier, but she didn't have the disease herself. So when she touched people, they would literally like dissolve right in front of her.
Oh, dang.
So like, and then because Walton Goggins is so obsessed with going home, he like cuts off a piece of her and tries to escape so he can just like bring it to him to show that that this chick exists so he can go home. But then it's like, well, if it even like gets in, like, we don't even know if it gets in the air, it's gonna cause this weird epidemic that just makes people dissolve. So like, yeah, it's kind of a cool, like, they play up where it's supposed to be like this weird supernatural type Indiana Jones type story, but like for the exception of like some weird things here and there, like they kind of ground it in reality just enough where it's like, I can kind of see this happening.
Okay.
Like, I feel like they go a little bit more above and beyond than they probably even needed to make this like a pretty cool thought out story.
All right. Cool. Didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Right on.
I know. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, it was okay. But then watching it a second time, this time, I was like, I'm kind of digging a lot more than I did before.
Sweet deal. What would you end up grading it then?
I'll give it like a pretty decent B.
Okay.
I had fun with it. There are some stupid parts in it, and there are some parts that kind of drag on. Like, she does, like, meet up with her dad again, and there's that whole, like, why did you leave? I left because I need to do this, blah, blah, blah. Or you're like, okay, we'll get through this.
Okay.
And we'll be fine. But, like, I mean, yeah, for the most part, I think it has more cooler ideas than it does stupid ideas, I think.
Righteous. All right.
So yeah,
surprising.
So check out that 2018 Tomb Raider if you get a chance.
And that's on HBO, you say?
It's on HBO Go and probably now.
Great. I would assume so.
Yeah.
Well, that is our review for two Tomb Raider movies.
Two Tomb Raiders.
2 for the price of 1 for free. How do you like them apples? So let us know, and at our social medias, what you think of the Tomb Raider franchise, what you thought of either one of these movies, and where will they do that for you, JT?
Well, they can find me at BuckyFurfun on Twitter, also BuckyFurfun on Instagram, and BuckyFurfun on Snapchat. Troy.
Hey, why don't you hit me up and tell me what you think of Tomb Raider at Troy to the Max on Twitter? If you want to hit us both up, 2 birds with 1 stone for free. Hit us up at Review Pod on Twitter. You're probably listening to this on a mobile device, and you're probably using some sweet podcast app to do so. Well, if you don't, guess what? We're on everything, baby.
Yeah.
We're at reviewreviewpod.podbean.com to start out with, but we're also on Stitcher and Spotify and Google Play and YouTube and even Apple Podcasts. If you listen to us there, why don't you rate and review us? Because if you like the show, that helps other people find our show. And if you want to write in, do so at reviewreviewpod@gmail.com, where we will read your letter on the air.
We want to hear from
Live.
you. We love all of you.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you. We love you.
We love you. We love you.
Oh, that reminds me of the end of Crocodile Dundee.
He loves you.
If only we could review Crocodile Dundee every week.
Again. Did we do? Yeah, we did it already.
I think we did.
Yep.
What a great movie.
Still got 2.
Oh my god. Can you imagine how long 2 is? It's so long. Right when you think it's done, it goes to Australia for another 2 hours.
That movie's so long, we're still watching it.
But that's going to be the show this week, JT. Coming up Thursday, we got La Femme Nikita.
La Femme Nikita.
Very curious about La Femme Nikita.
Yeah. And did you want to do that Monday up that I had an idea for?
Remind me what it is.
So
I can shoot it down on air. No.
Barry.
Oh yeah, we can do the the Barry.
Yeah, to give all you people a heads up so you can watch it in time, because I think it's either coming out or it came out this past Sunday or it's coming out next Sunday. The season 2 of Barry. We're going to be talking about the first season of Barry for our next Monday up.
Yes.
And I'm really curious what you think about it because it's probably one of my favorite shows from last year.
High praise.
Yeah.
High praise. Yeah, we'll check it out. That's one I had on my list to watch. Just haven't got there yet. That list is so long.
It is. It's probably
It's
yeah.
just stupid.
It's stupid.
So fucking stupid. I'll never get to any of these things before I die. That's too bad. Well, I'm gonna give it a shot with Barry season 1.
Barry season
next
1.
Monday.
Next Monday.
Yeah. So that's going to be it for this show. So until
Yeah.
next time, JT, I've been Short of the Max Extreme,
I am G3K.
and we are off.